There are certain things a woman can say that tell you everything you need to know about where the relationship is heading and how she truly sees you. Most men ignore these signs. They make excuses for her. They hope she'll change. They try harder. They think being patient will fix everything. But some statements should never be ignored. When a woman says them, she's showing you her mindset, her level of respect, and her intentions. And if you stay after hearing them, you're setting yourself up for a painful ending. This video isn't about anger or revenge. It's about protecting yourself as a man, your dignity, your time, and your heart. Many guys get hurt not because women are cruel, but because they refuse to leave when a woman clearly shows she doesn't value them. The truth is simple. A woman who respects you will not speak to you any kind of way. And a woman who cares about you won't try to break you mentally or emotionally. When she does, you don't argue, you don't negotiate, you don't beg, you leave. You're going to learn 5 statements that are immediate red flags. Statements that reveal her maturity, her emotional state, and her view of the relationship. These are not jokes, not in-the-moment comments, and not slip-ups. When a woman says these things, she means them. And if you ignore it, you will eventually regret it. Some men think walking away makes them weak. It's the opposite. Weak men stay where they are disrespected. Strong men remove themselves. You don't have to yell. You don't have to prove your worth. You don't have to convince her of anything. Leaving is the final statement. I respect myself more than I need your approval. These 5 phrases are not small. They are signals that she doesn't value you. She doesn't see a future with you. She feels superior to you. She's keeping you as a backup, or she's already mentally checked out. Once you hear them, the relationship is already ending. It just hasn't finished playing out yet. A woman who wants you will protect the relationship. A woman who's done with you will destroy it with her words. You never teach a woman to respect you by staying after she disrespects you. You teach her your worth by walking away without hesitation. If she says any of these 5 things, don't argue, don't debate, don't fight for her to stay. Leave immediately. 1. I don't need you. When a woman tells you, I don't need you, she's not just speaking out of anger. She's revealing how she truly views the relationship. Women don't say this to men they respect. They don't say this to men they value. They don't say this to men they want in their lives. When she says it, she's making it clear. You are optional, replaceable, unimportant. A healthy woman can be independent without disrespecting you. She can have her own goals, her own income, her own life, and still appreciate your presence. But when she throws "I don't need you" in your face, she's telling you she doesn't see you as a partner. She sees you as temporary, as someone she can walk away from without losing anything. Some men try to fix this moment. They explain themselves. They defend their worth. They try harder to prove they matter. But once a woman speaks like this, she has already mentally detached. You can't argue your value to someone who has already decided she doesn't care. Understand something important. When a woman respects a man, she doesn't talk to him like this. Even during disagreements, a woman can be angry, emotional, or frustrated, but she won't attack your importance unless she wants to hurt you. And if she wants to hurt you, she's not your teammate. This phrase also tells you something else. She believes she has better options. A woman doesn't push away a man she's afraid to lose. When she says she doesn't need you, she's hiding a deeper message. She thinks you need her more than she needs you. That belief destroys the balance of the relationship. The moment she sees herself as above you, everything changes. She stops trying. She stops caring. She stops appreciating anything you do. Staying after she says this teaches her a dangerous lesson. You will tolerate being devalued. And once she learns that, the disrespect only grows. She'll talk down to you. She'll make decisions without you. She'll treat you like a backup plan, because she already told you the truth. You just didn't listen. Walking away isn't emotional. It's logical. You're removing yourself from a place where you are not valued. If a woman wants to be single, let her. If a woman wants to prove she doesn't need you, believe her. If a woman wants a life without you, don't stand in the door. Men lose themselves trying to convince the wrong woman of their worth. But a man with self-respect doesn't argue. He doesn't beg. He doesn't cling. When she says, "I don't need you," he doesn't complain. Because a woman who truly loves you will never feel the need to tell you she doesn't. 2. You're too emotional. A woman might not say this in a loud argument. Sometimes she slips it in quietly, almost casually. But the message behind it is serious. When she tells you you're too emotional, she's not talking about honesty or communication. She's criticizing your masculinity. She's labeling your feelings as weakness. And once she sees you that way, she stops respecting you. Here's the truth. Real men have emotions. Real men feel stress, pressure, disappointment, and frustration. But when a woman uses your emotions against you, she's telling you that she doesn't care about your mental or emotional well-being. She doesn't see you as someone she should support. She sees you as someone she should judge. A good woman listens. A mature woman understands. A loyal woman appreciates honesty. But a woman who mocks your emotional side sees herself above you. She expects you to carry everything silently like a machine. She wants to benefit from your strength, but has no patience for your vulnerability. She wants a protector, but she doesn't want to protect you. This statement reveals something even deeper. She has no intention of being a safe space for you. If a man cannot trust his partner with his truth, he already stands alone in the relationship. Men suffer in silence because they're afraid of exactly this moment. Being told they're too emotional, too sensitive, or acting weak. And once a woman labels you that way, she will use it again. Later, during arguments, she will throw it back at you. She will say, "You're overreacting." She will say, "You care too much." She will say, "You're dramatic." Every time she does, the respect dies a little more. Eventually, you stop talking. You stop opening up. You stop trusting her. And she will blame you for being distant, not realizing she created the distance herself. But there's another truth underneath this. A woman only calls a man too emotional when she doesn't care about losing him. If she respected you, she would choose her words carefully. If she feared losing you, she would comfort you, not mock you. If she truly valued you, she would never belittle how you feel. And if she says it in public or in front of others, it's even worse. That means she doesn't just lack respect, she enjoys embarrassing you. A woman like that cannot build a future with you because she's willing to tear you down to feel powerful. When a woman devalues your emotions, you don't argue. You don't beg for understanding. You don't explain your heart to someone who doesn't care about protecting it. You walk away, because a woman who loves you won't call you weak for having feelings. 3. You deserve better than me. This phrase sounds innocent. It sounds emotional, soft, even caring. Many men hear it and think it means she's just insecure or scared of hurting you. But when a woman tells you you deserve better than me, she is really telling you she has no intention of giving you what you deserve. This sentence is her escape route. It's her way of stepping back without looking like the bad person. She's telling you she won't put in effort, she won't commit, she won't change, and she won't meet you where you are. Instead of admitting she doesn't want to try, she hides behind this soft excuse. A woman who wants you doesn't push you away. A woman who values you doesn't expect someone else to treat you better. A woman who wants a future doesn't run from responsibility. This phrase also reveals something deeper. She already made her decision. She mentally checked out before you even realized there was a problem. You're hearing the words only after she already stopped trying. She could fix her attitude. She could change her effort. She could be better for you, but she won't because she doesn't see you as a man she's afraid to lose. Here's what men often miss when she says this. She's preparing you for the end. She wants you to accept the breakup without questioning her. It's a soft rejection disguised as kindness, but the meaning is clear. She doesn't want to give you loyalty, effort, or commitment. She doesn't want to improve herself for you. She doesn't want to match your energy. If she truly believed you deserved better, she would work harder to be better. If she truly cared about you, she wouldn't give up on the relationship. She would fight for it. She would put in effort. She would communicate. She would show growth. Instead, she's choosing the easy exit. I'm not the problem. You just deserve someone else. But here's the real translation. There is someone else I'd rather give my effort to. Or, I'm done, but I don't want to take the blame. Or, no, I'm not treating you right, and I don't plan to start. Women do not push away men they are in love with. They push away men they no longer value. And the biggest mistake men make is trying to convince her she's wrong. You're wonderful. I want you, not someone else. You don't have to be perfect, but the moment you defend her after she devalues herself, you lower your own worth. A man with self-respect does not wait for someone who already told him she has no intention of being the woman he needs. He leaves because believing her is smarter than begging her to stay. If she tells you that you deserve better, prove her right. Walk away and find better. 4. I never asked you to do anything for me. This sentence cuts deeper than most men realize. When a woman looks at you and says, I never asked you to do anything for me, she's erasing every effort you put into the relationship. Your time, your support, your money, your kindness, your energy. She's reducing all of it to nothing. Women only say this when they no longer value what you bring to their life. It means your effort wasn't appreciated. Your presence wasn't acknowledged. Your sacrifices weren't respected. She's basically telling you that everything you did was pointless. A good woman appreciates a man who tries. She notices your effort, even if she doesn't say it every day. She acknowledges the small things, checking on her, supporting her goals, being there during rough times, giving your time, your heart, your loyalty. But when a woman throws this line at you, she's making it clear she feels no gratitude. This statement is also used to manipulate you. Instead of taking responsibility for her behavior, she flips it so she doesn't have to acknowledge what you've done. She doesn't want to feel guilty for taking you for granted, so she denies you ever gave anything worth appreciating. It's a psychological defense. If she pretends your effort meant nothing, she can walk away without remorse. It also reveals something dangerous. She sees your effort as your weakness, not your strength to her. Your loyalty was routine. Your attention was expected. You were comfortable to her, not valuable. And once a woman believes you'll always be there, she stops respecting what you do for her. Think about what this sentence really means. She's saying she doesn't owe you loyalty. She doesn't owe you respect. She doesn't owe you effort in return. Because in her mind, you gave freely and she took freely. Some men ignore this and try harder. They think they'll finally get appreciation if they do more, give more, love harder. But the opposite happens. When a woman believes you require nothing in return, she gives nothing in return. A relationship becomes one-sided fast, and here's the deeper truth. A woman only says this when she's done emotionally. She's preparing herself to detach fully. Her goal is to make you feel like your feelings don't matter, and her behavior is justified. When a woman respects you, she acknowledges effort, even in frustration. But when she says, I never asked you to do anything for me, she's telling you there is no team, no partnership, and no appreciation. You do not stay with someone who acts like everything you gave is meaningless. You don't argue. You don't list what you've done. You don't try to prove your value. You walk away and let her experience the silence that comes from losing a man who actually cared. 5. Maybe we should take a break. A lot of men hear this and think it's just temporary, that she's stressed, confused, overwhelmed, or needs time to figure herself out. But when a woman says, maybe we should take a break, she's not asking for space. She's preparing to leave. This sentence is the soft exit, the gentle breakup, the slow fade out that allows her to detach without looking like the bad one. Women don't take breaks from men they love. They take breaks from men they're no longer sure about, no longer excited about, or no longer planning to stay with. A break is her way of putting you on hold while she explores life without you. She wants freedom without guilt. She wants distance without responsibility. She wants flexibility without being called out. Many men fall for this trap. They say, "Take all the time you need. I'll wait. I understand." But while you're waiting, she's not. She isn't sitting alone thinking about how to come back. She's living. She's testing her options. She's enjoying attention. She didn't allow herself to consider when you were fully together. Here's the tough truth. A break is never about fixing the relationship. A break is about seeing if she's happier without you. If she truly wanted the relationship to work, she would stay and fix things. She would communicate, adjust, compromise, and put effort into rebuilding. But a break avoids all responsibility. She doesn't have to explain herself. She doesn't have to be loyal. She doesn't have to give effort. She gets freedom, while you sit in confusion. And what usually happens after the break? She comes back only if life outside the relationship didn't go how she expected. If other options didn't take her seriously, if attention didn't replace loyalty, if excitement didn't replace stability. When the world doesn't give her what she thought it would, she suddenly misses you again. Not because she realized your worth, but because the world disappointed her. A man with self-respect doesn't stay on a shelf, waiting to be chosen later. He doesn't agree to be paused and resumed like he's replaceable. If a woman needs time away from you to decide your value, she's already decided. Because a woman who loves you doesn't leave to see if the grass is greener. She waters the ground you stand on. When she says, "Maybe we should take a break," she's letting you know her heart isn't here anymore. Don't argue. Don't negotiate. Don't offer to wait. A man shouldn't compete for a woman's certainty. You don't need someone who needs space from your love. You don't need someone who wants freedom from your loyalty. You don't need someone who puts you on hold. When she suggests a break, she's ending the relationship softly. So end it clearly and walk away. When a woman speaks, she tells you exactly who she is and how she sees the relationship. Most men get hurt not because they didn't see the signs, but because they ignored them. They held on to potential. They hoped she would change. They believed love was enough to fix everything. But the truth is simple. When her words reveal disrespect, attachment, or indifference, your responsibility is to walk away. If she says, "I don't need you," she's already separated herself emotionally. If she says, "You're too emotional," she doesn't respect your vulnerability. If she says, "You deserve better than me," she's telling you she's done trying. If she says, "I never asked you to do anything for me," she's erasing your effort. If she says, "Maybe we should take a break," she's preparing for life without you. These aren't small statements. They're clear messages about her mindset. And once a woman speaks like this, the relationship has already shifted. Staying will not fix it. Changing yourself will not fix it. Loving harder will not fix it. She already showed you where her heart is. There is strength in walking away. A man protects his dignity by not accepting emotional disrespect. You don't yell. You don't argue. You don't try to prove your value. You let your silence speak. Because silence is what separates men with self-respect from men desperate for approval. Leaving doesn't make you cold. It makes you smart. You're removing yourself from a situation that was draining you instead of building you. And when you walk away, something powerful happens. Your value increases. You stop giving energy to someone who wasn't appreciating it. You stop fighting for someone who wasn't fighting for you. You stop investing in something that was already ending. And here's the deeper truth. Once you leave, she will think about it. Maybe not that day, maybe not that week, but eventually she will realize what she lost. Because good men are not easy to replace. Loyalty is not easy to replace. Heart is not easy to replace. A man who tried, cared, supported, and stood by her, that doesn't come twice. But even if she regrets it later, your job is not to wait. Your job is to choose yourself. Your peace matters. Your sanity matters. Your future matters. So if these words ever come out of her mouth, don't take them lightly. Believe her. Respect yourself enough to walk away. Because a woman who truly wants you will protect the relationship, not destroy it, with her.